Welcome to the busiest vlog of my trip so far, starting off in Ikebukuro at the Pokemon Center before heading to Shinjuku, Harajuku and Shibuya, as well as the beautiful Meiji Jingu shrine nestled in the heart of Tokyo. Stay tuned for one of the most memorable experiences of my trip, visiting Sharla and Abroad in Japan's bar in Shibuya. You're watching JP in Japan, episode 9.
Ohayo gozaimasu, or maybe konnichiwa. It's like almost 11. I've had to spend the morning submitting my dissertation for my master's degree, so that's done. It's a little later in the day, but I have a lot planned. So first thing, go to Ikebukuro, primarily so I can see the Pokemon Center there, Sunshine City. Maybe to Harajuku and have a look at the shopping district, Meiji Jingu's shrine, Shinjuku, and go to Shibuya. Have to do lots of stops because the temperature feels like 42 today, so it's going to be quite warm, maybe even more Pocari sweat than usual. So let's get going.
I started the day at Ikebukuro, one of the many Yamanote line cities I'd be visiting today. Ikebukuro is known for its expansive shopping districts, including the well-known Sunshine City. I headed straight for its centre because that's exactly where the Pokemon Center store is located, somewhere I've wanted to visit for years.
If you want some peace and quiet in Japan, just go down the stairs. No one ever uses them. That was hell on a Sunday. Do not recommend on a Sunday.
I continued my sweaty tour of Ikebukuro, wandering the streets on an alternative route back to the station. Unfortunately for you viewers, I was able to spot an Animate branch which I had to go and visit. I'll use the heat as an excuse. There was also a Genshin collab drinks bar happening, but you had to pre-book tickets. Sad times. My next stop on the Yamanote line was Shinjuku, known for having the busiest train station in the world. I decided to roam the streets to get a feel for the area before heading to Golden Guy to see the nightlife district in its plain boring state.
Okay, I'm back in the hotel in different clothes because it is too hot outside. So after walking around Shinjuku, I was just like, I'm dying. It was feels like 44. Because I think it was like 36 and incredibly humid. So I was just like, screw this, I'm gonna go back. So I've come back, had a rest, had a shower, changed my clothes because they were so wet. Now, my plan is to go to Yoyogi Station. Hopefully, if I've timed it right, by the time I get to Shibuya, it should be about sunset and then all the lights should be on and it should look great.
I arrived at Yoyogi Station in the early evening before beginning my walk down the Yamanote line towards Shibuya. Shibuya needs no introduction, though it is another Yamanote line stop in today's video. I'll be honest, Shibuya didn't really appeal to me as a solo traveller, as its main attractions are primarily bars. Saying that, everyone needs to come and witness the Shibuya Scramble crossing at least once in Tokyo.
Find a bin in Shibuya challenge.
You can also get a great view of the Shibuya Scramble from the Starbucks up on the other side of the street, however, they will probably try and make you buy something.
Hello. Please ignore the bed. This is what happens when you say, do not make up my room today. It's taken me like over 2 weeks to do this, but I've been to Family Mart and I've bought the socks, which everyone knows are amazing. So this isn't the size for me, this is for someone else. But 2 pairs, these cost like £3, which is actually quite expensive for a single pair of socks, but they're amazing. So looking forward to wearing those. But the other thing I bought, which I can't believe it's taken me so long, is undershirts. So when I'm in Japan, it's so hot here, and like no one Japanese is sweating, and I'm like, how on earth do you not have sweat coming through your t-shirts? And the thing is that they are sweating. I'm not insane, but they're all wearing undershirts, so that the sweat just goes on the undershirt and not on the actual shirt. Look, I've been out for like 5 minutes and I've got stuff in my back. So I bought undershirts, so it's going to be really hot the next few days, and hopefully this will make me not look extremely stupid. So let's give them a test. So, review time.
I've got my bag. I don't know how long this is. What does CD mean? So, as I wait for my washing to be done, I'll give you my undershirt review. It's currently like 35 outside, it feels like it's 44, and even with wearing this, no sweat patch. That is crazy. Normally, just walking down the street, I'd have a sweat patch under that, and my back would be absolutely soaked. So instead, I have this, which is kind of just like absorbing the sweat. I'm sure it'll smell horrible later, but it's amazing. Also, this little thing, it's like a sock deposit if people have accidentally lost their socks. So if I lose a sock, I just have to come back. But I really need the toilet, and there isn't one in here, so I'm just gonna kind of sit and wait, and hopefully it won't take too long. Okay, it's done. So, awesome. No worries, thank you. Also, review. This is actually dry. Oh, amazing. The one in the hotel did not dry. This is dry, although very staticky. Coin laundry review, 10 out of 10. Very good. Just staying into matchy.
Okay, a hotly anticipated review of the undershirt from Family Mart, and I have to rate it probably a solid 9.5 out of 10, maybe even a perfect 10 out of 10, because I am glistening, I'm very hot, my face is sweaty, my neck is sweaty, I am sweaty. And in this very thick cotton top, there isn't a speck of sweat on it, but I promise I am very wet, so must buy for some, maybe like 10 of them.
Welcome to Meiji Jingu, a short walk away from Ryogi Station for the northern entrance or Harajuku for the southern entrance.
I made it to Ryogi Park and Meiji Jingu Shrine, which is where I was supposed to go yesterday, but it was closed.
Nestled in the heart of Tokyo, it's a brief respite from the busy concrete jungle as you can allow yourself to get immersed within the trees in this beautiful area. Construction of the shrine began in 1915 after the death of the emperor, and it was officially finished in 1926, 11 years later. The estimated cost of construction at the time was a staggering $26 million today.
And just like that, we are at the actual entrance instead of the back where I started.
Right outside the southern gate of Meiji Shrine is this really nice little coffee shop just by Harajuku Station, so I recommend you go in and do some people watching.
It's just there.
The next stop on our rapid tour of the Yamanote line is Ryogi Park, adjacent to the southern exit of Meiji Shrine and Harajuku Station. Compared to Ueno Park, you don't have the shrines nestled within the trees, but it's still a pleasant and vibrant park to enjoy a nice walk.
Nothing breathtaking so far, but it's just a nice park. The cicadas here are probably some of the loudest I've heard, and I've been to like a fair few places with very loud cicadas. Like it's endless ringing in my ears. I've been quite good at blocking it out, but this is like so loud. Here's some music, so I'm going to go over here and see what it is. Get a nice little view of the park. It's a shame that this central area is blocked off at the moment. I think that's where the cherry trees are normally, but of course you can't see them at the moment anyway. But I'm going that way. I don't know what I've come across. Don't ask me what that was.
I've already mentioned Harajuku a handful of times in this video, so it's time to check it out. Harajuku is known for its clothes and fashion, with many dripped out shops and customers looking for something new to wear. I walked from Harajuku through the evening back towards Shibuya, hoping that the Japanese drip would influence me. Hello from miles in the future, and by that I mean I'm in the UK because everything now was filmed like over a month ago. It's just taking me so long to get through this, especially this episode, because the things after this episode I've been looking forward to doing so much that I kind of kept putting off doing this episode. But the next bit was filmed 2 or 3 days after the rest of this video, but it's the bit that we've all been waiting for, the bit I've clickbaited. It's me going to Abroad in Japan's bar. So, a little bit of context. On the day, I had just gone to Enoshima, which will be hopefully the next video, and on my way back, my friend messaged me Chris Broad's post, which was, by the way, we're opening a cocktail bar in Shibuya today, 8 till 10, literally the first day it was open to the public. I was like, I've got to go. So I rushed. I didn't go back. I still had all my stuff, still sweaty, still in my kit. Went straight from, I was in Yokohama at the time because I was going back via Chinatown, and went straight to Shibuya. And this is where it picks up. So I'm sorry for the mess, but I'm so glad that I'm finally getting this to you, and hopefully you can enjoy my excitement. Lost Bar is hidden away in Shibuya behind a really cool rolling gachapon machine which sells abroad in Japan and Sharla merch. Being the opening day, I was able to meet and talk with Sharla, Ian, as well as the man himself, Chris Broad. They were all exactly how you'd expect, extremely easy to talk to, and I had an amazing time and evening meeting them all. Definitely check it out if you're in Shibuya, and the cocktails were amazing.
Okay, let's see what we got. Let's place in a practical place.
Good evening, konbanwa. I have had a wild day and evening. Train back, I saw the post from Sharla saying that her and Chris, being Chris Broad, abroad in Japan, you've probably heard of him, were opening a cocktail restaurant in Shibuya from 8 to 10 on that day, and that they were going to be there. And I read this at 8:30 on the train in Yokohama. I arrived in Shinagawa at 9, got on the Yamanote line, still in all my stuff straight from Kamakura, went straight to Shibuya, arrived at 9:15, and went to their bar and met Chris, Sharla, and Ian, absolute legend. Had some cocktails, and then with a bunch of other foreigners who I met there, went to an izakaya after. It's now 2 o'clock. I missed the last train home, so I had to get a taxi. But it's been a very, very fun evening, so really good. I'll remember this one for a long time. Oyasumi.